This is a case that takes us back to April and May 2018. First, April the 24th, father's gun goes missing, and then suddenly the unknown whereabouts of a son. 15 days later, that's May the 8th, we hear that Jabulile Nhlapo was shot and killed at her commune in the Vaal. This is a student at the UNISA, as well as we know that she's an intern at the municipal offices of Mfuleni. But this is how it actually came out, and this is what the statement, according to Leboha Mofokeng, the murder convict, is saying. He says that he was only going to Nhlapo's residence in the hope that he would find Nhlapo's new boyfriend there, and his intention was to arrive there and then scare off Nhlapo's new boyfriend. But this is what the state is saying. Clearly, the intention was not necessary to threaten Nhlapo's new boyfriend, because when he arrived there, the accused, he didn't find the new boyfriend. Still, he took out the gun and pointed it at Nhlapo. And these are some of the ways that actually came out from the accused mouth, or the convict murderer's mouth. He said that this is at the end. I'm going to shoot you and shoot myself. According to Judge Herman Broodryk, he says that clearly you contradicted yourself by saying that the gun went off accidentally, whereas you said these kind of ways. And of course, we also hear that before this particular murder, this was a toxic relationship. According to the mother of the deceased, she also testified in court today, and she says that the accused or murder convict would actually come to her house at night and knock at the windows, demanding to see Jabulile Nhlapo. And according to her, this is simply because of the absence of a father figure in the house. So clearly, the judge saying that the version of Mofokeng's statement really was just absolute farce in his statement. He says that when he says that the gun went off accidentally, when he actually found that the boyfriend was not in the house, is all lies. So clearly, according to the state, this should be a life sentence, but we know that the defense argued for culpable homicide on that particular claim that the gun went off accidentally.
Yes, indeed. Of course, the defense earlier on saying that he did not intentionally kill Nhlapo. But of course, Maagaketla, this shocked many people last year when the story broke. The reaction really in court today when judgment was passed, as you say, the mother also took to the stand. And
of course, I saw the mother of the murder convict. She was really crying, because she did tell the SABC last year that when I spoke to my son about this relationship, asking my son, do you really love this woman? And this is what my son told me. He said that I love Jabulile with whole of my heart, and only death would do us part. Not knowing that April the 24th is coming through, there would be a missing gun, and then suddenly murder 15 days later. So the court was really shocked in the sense that the statement that was produced by Mofokeng, they didn't really buy into it, including the judge himself, saying that this was intentional, and I'm not going to actually buy into your story. The judge, of course, calling him a self-confessed liar, as you say. What happens next? Are we likely to see a mitigation of sentence maybe going forward? Of course, tomorrow we are expecting sentencing at the Palm Ridge. Of course, High Court sitting at the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court. This is when we will know how long he will serve behind the cells. But of course, as I mentioned, the state pushing for premeditated murder, and of course, they got it today. As you mentioned in the intro, he was actually charged or found guilty on the premeditated murder, as well as the fact that he stole his father's gun and he was in possession of unlicensed firearm and ammunition. We also heard that he stole his father's laptop and went on to sell it to a local shop in the Vaal. We also hear that he also stole money. So those particular charges will also be included in this sentencing tomorrow.
But just in conclusion, Maagaketla, what sense of emotions did you get from the convict as judgment was passed?
Honestly speaking, he didn't show any remorse, and this is what the judge said. You didn't show remorse because you kept on lying. You kept on contradicting yourself. First of all, when he actually testified, he said that he had arranged with Nhlapo as well as the new boyfriend to meet in the Vaal. But this is what the murder convict did. He actually took a taxi after stealing the gun from his father, and then he went to the area where the deceased lived, and then he saw her knocking off from work. Then he stalked her, and then suddenly he loses sight of her, and then he asks a friend of Nhlapo who was on her way to Nhlapo's place to say, where does Nhlapo live? And then what the friend or the eyewitness in this case said is that, well, come with me because I'm going there. Obviously she's unsuspecting any activity or any motive by the murder convict. Well, when they arrive there, of course, he sees Mofokeng take out his gun. Then that's when she actually ran away. What Mofokeng tells the court is that at that point I panicked, thinking that the eyewitness who just ran away was going to call police, and that's when I took out the gun and said those words, "This is the end. I'm going to shoot you and shoot myself." And this is the exact statement that actually brought him here where we are today. Premeditated murder, not culpable homicide, as he initially pleaded.
All right, Maagaketla, we'll leave it at this for now. Thank you so much for coming through. We'll see what happens.